Welcome to the Eli and Mckayla Show. Okay, we are going to get started with week 8 recognition. Hi, Mckayla.
Hi, Eli. Good to see
High
you.
five. Yeah, nice to see you bright and early in the morning.
I know. I told Eli he's the only person I would wake up this early for.
It's 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it's never been earlier, actually.
No. Well, you made it, and you beat me. So nice job.
Rare.
Let's go over, so everybody knows, because most people know who you are. You're pretty famous around these parts. But what do you do here?
So I'm the program administrator for all of Evolution. So I work with anyone who's a management group leader and above throughout the multiple partnerships that we have now, which is kind of crazy. So I do a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. So when it's questions about hierarchy, any escalations, I try and help with those. A lot of my job, I started in One Stop. So I like to think of it as like, I'm going to try and be this guardian angel that if I do my job right, you don't know that you ever have any problems and I can just fix them before they come. So you can just focus on recruiting and selling and managing and doing the best at those 3 so I can take care of the other stuff.
And do you have a favorite partnership within Evo or a favorite group?
One?
Yeah.
There's only one that's asked me to be on their podcast.
That is true. Ron Thewison. Cool. It's good to be the favorite. Let's go over top 3 rookies. I'll do this one because the names are always tough with rookies. Addie. Would you do Addie? Addie Grimberg, 5.3. Bridger Davidson with 5.4. And Evan Mika with 6.8.
That's a great rookie week.
A great week. Really close. A lot of rookies popping off like 4 or 5s a week. Nobody's really diving into those double digits yet. I'm trying to think my rookie year. It was really recent. I don't think I hit double digits till mid-June.
Yeah.
So
it takes a minute, but it's like, I don't know, from everything that I've seen over the years, it's June or July. A lot of people, once July hits, it's like they've figured out their pitch, they know what their flow is, and they do much, much better the second half of the summer.
Oh, yeah.
Which is nice for all the incentives they roll out, where they're like, now you know how to do the job. Let's give you a bunch of stuff.
And they're doing a shoe incentive we just heard about.
Oh, yeah.
So Off-White, Nike, custom, Jordans.
Yeah.
So I know nothing about how to earn it, but
no, they haven't shown how to earn it yet, I don't think.
those would be cool. Top sophomores, go ahead.
So we have Aaron England. I almost said England. Whoops. 5.6 EFP. And then Jake
Where
Roca.
England? We were just talking about England.
Oh, the British?
Yes.
Yeah. The ones that we seceded from.
She was just talking about Harry Potter, and she promised me no Harry Potter references.
I know, and then I have to read the Aaron England. Ugh. And then we have Jake Roca with 5.7 EFP. And then Grant Owen with 8.5 EFP. So good week.
And Grant is always up there. He's having an amazing summer. So nice job, Grant. You're crushing it.
That's awesome.
Jake Roga coming around, texting me. He's like, I got to start hitting double digits. Watching Jordy hit 22, which we're going to see here in a second. Ryan Rice, 9.6. Nice seeing Ryan up there. Angel Chavez, always in the top 3. Angel's one of the most consistent and probably the nicest guys that you have to work with. He's
great.
He's awesome. And then Jordy Sturgeon, back-to-back weeks with 22.
Yeah, that's incredible. That's such a good week.
That's awesome. Yeah, he definitely found his rhythm. I told him for my birthday I wanted a 3-spot, and then he 5-spotted.
Oh, that was so nice of him to
I
do
know.
that for you.
The best gift ever.
Ugh. Happy birthday.
Top offices, we're just going to recognize the top 3. A little slower last week. I'm not stoked on the production. We actually, even though our growth was really good, 32% growth, and 67% growth with rookies last week, we had I felt like a slower week.
Really? There's some different numbers on there, but I'm sure that it sounds like there's been some corrections. Like you've talked to those that need to step it up a little.
Well,
bit.
I think we're going to get there in a second, but I think our area directors were getting a little complacent with their personal production.
Yeah.
So we can't have that.
No.
Anybody, we'll call them out in a minute. But Savannah,
I've
nice.
sold so many accounts, so I can really call them out.
How many summers have you done?
I went out from 2018 to 2022.
Which is awesome because your husband sold. And which is so cool to have you and Zach and people at corporate that have done, even Abby has done summer sales, have done the job so they understand what it is to be on the sales side.
Yeah, I shadowed Monday, I sold on Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then I Ubered home on Thursday and said
Nice.
the job wasn't for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
So it's a lot of mental strain. It's a really, really hard job. So I
is
empathize a lot with
an
it.
awesome, tough job.
Yeah. It great rewards.
Savannah, 85, Mini right behind you at 82, and then Quad Cities. That has been the Cinderella story. Quad Cities was Jaime and Aaron Engel coming together last minute and recruiting. They've got a smaller team, I think 19 guys out there, and they're competing with the top dogs every single week.
That's so dope. Let's go.
Yeah, they are freaking studs. You got Dakotas. I visited these guys. Anthony Tong out there running an amazing program. It was fun to see them. They were in Duluth, Minnesota, which is like worst place I've ever been to. And these guys were hyped. They were dialed in. They were asked questions. It was just a young, hungry office. So congrats to Anthony, Gabe, Jake, and the boys out there just running an amazing program. And high spirits. They can have slow days, and then they'll jump right back and have a double-digit day the next day. And so super fun to see those guys just dominate. And they are in the shittiest hotel I've ever stayed in. And I'll be honest, I didn't stay there, but I went there.
Like a step below a Super 8?
Oh my, it was a motel something. And
a 6?
Yeah, it was. Ricky, we need to talk to Ricky about that. But we had like 30 guys crammed in a room doing a training till midnight, and I left and I went and showered because that place was dirty. So,
just feel the grime on you.
Gross. Dinner goal last week, this was an indicator that we actually didn't have that great of a week. So nobody earned dinner goal.
It's consistent.
Hey, you are too positive. Nice area directors last week. Angel Chavez, nice work with 13.5. Jaime, always there. Greg with, doing the Greg stuff, always there. Brandon Mill with a better week. He's been sick, and they were running some area stuff. I think they've got it dialed in. What I love about Brandon is he's just kind of like, hey, we're going to figure it out. And they've had a slower start in that market, but now they're starting to pop off.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so they just kind of said, hey, this is our market. We're going to figure it out. We're going to be the kings of this market while we're here. And I love that attitude. But Preston, 0.4, that's got to be a record low.
Is it an upgrade?
I don't know how he did it. So I don't know if he was gone last week. I know Kyle Song was sick.
Yeah.
So Kyle kind of gets a pass. We'll see if he pops off this week. And Gabe Ramirez just kind of had one of those weeks where he said he was into 20 homes and, just wasn't closing. And
that's rough.
I went out there and did a training on closing.
Yeah.
And I don't think our guys are asking for the deals a lot of the time. They're just kind of assuming the deal.
Yeah.
And I just said, hey, ask for the deal, shake the hand, and move on. And maybe that threw him off a little bit.
Maybe a little bit, yeah.
I take no responsibility, Gabe. Double digits this week. Area directors, you have to be leading from the front. So let's get that up. And then Saturday standouts.
Let's see. So we have top rookie, which was Noble Sims with 4.6 in one day. That's amazing. And then top vet, Jordy again with 6.9 EFP. That's what we were joking. I was like, wow, does Jordy, he just has a lot of time in his day.
He has more time than everybody else.
Yeah, must have. Yeah,
He does.
More than a 24-hour day.
Yep.
Yeah. And then top office was Quad Cities with 23 EFP. With that small of a group, that's awesome. It seems like almost everyone sold that day.
Big per up averages.
Yeah, that's so great.
And great tech program, too, if they're doing that.
Yeah. Well, I just feel like it helps the entire team because then everyone's selling, everyone feels better. You're not having to dig as much in the meetings to get people bought in and happy.
Nothing's worse.
No. So when everyone's selling, that helps so much. And that's what I always heard for years is the easiest way to get out of a slump is just to sell again because then you know that you can still do it. You didn't just sell your last deal.
Nope, you didn't just get lucky.
Yep. Yeah.
One thing that we are seeing right now is guys have to be making money every day. Yeah. And if they're not making money every day, it's easy to get in that slump. So upgrades, solar accounts, smart home accounts. And then the other thing that I'm pushing is send guys home. If guys aren't pulling their weight and producing weekly and bringing in the income and making it worth their time, you gotta cut them.
You do that starting June. Yeah, I've been thinking back to our summer. It's usually mid to end June, sometimes beginning if someone really hasn't sold.
Yep.
Or you spend the time with them, you do the trainings after the doors. You still do fun stuff too, but you do just all the training with them to give them all the opportunity because that's your job ultimately as the leader. You're responsible for these people's income. But I don't know. So that is the tough call. That's the hard part of the job for sure, is sending people home.
We and I've done this long enough, and I've sent enough people home where the goal is not to send anybody home.
Yeah.
But if somebody's not making money, they're probably not working. and they do a really good job of selling us. If they worked as hard on working as they do on selling us that they're working, they would probably produce a lot. We had a guy one summer that we were really worried about him. It was July and just wasn't selling, and went knocked with him, and his pitch was good, and he was convincing us he was working hours. And one day I was just curious, so I ended up finding him like in his spot that he would go hide out in the woods every day. So I was like,
just in the woods.
Yeah, he's like homeless dude in the woods every day with his iPad, and it was hot. It was like somewhere miserable.
Oh,
so I was like,
sucks.
yeah, time to go home, bro. But the goal is to keep everybody here and make sure that everybody's making money. But we, if people aren't selling at this point, they've been out there, they're probably not working. So we got to either fix that or get them out of here. We got Charity Week going on right now. That's my mom.
Oh, really?
Nope.
Oh.
But
I was like, that's crazy. They got her on. Charity Week. Everyone should come.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if everybody should come.
I think everyone who donates should come.
What about the 20 account rookies?
Everyone.
I don't think they should go.
I think it's fantastic.
The deduction I see on the back ends isn't worth it unless you're doing 60 accounts.
See, in my brain, and this is
Sure. No,
Mckayla's
let's argue.
soapbox for a sec. Yeah, we can argue for a moment. So for the years that we did it, this was what we pushed so hard every year. We would get almost the entire office to come on these trips, because this is a trip that even the rookie who only sells 20 can go on a company trip.
Yeah, he just can't eat while he's there.
Well, we supply the food.
Okay.
Yeah, and a hotel with like pools, and they get to, it just helps. It makes this person who maybe sold 20 accounts in their summer, the retention levels, I think Holly was saying last year, the retention levels on the Charity Week are massively higher than even the incentive trip, because you have these people that come from everything here in the States going to people that literally don't have homes and getting to build that for them. And you're working and you're sweating with all of your like friends that have become your family over the summer, and you're doing this together. Like, of all the trips that me and my husband have done with Vivint that have been incentive trips, that have been me just as a guest or me as staff, our favorite that we ever did together was Thailand, and doing the charity trip in Thailand. Cool. And we still talk about it over all of the course of the years of our marriage. Like, that is the best one we've ever done.
That's awesome.
Getting to do that together. Last year, I know Gabe and Mark had their people out.
Yeah, Brandon's, the Kyle.
And Greg was there?
Greg usually goes. I think Angel's there.
Yeah. So it was great seeing like the leadership there. Get all your people there. This is we would show the charity video in correlation a couple times a week. Like, we would show it as frequently, if not more frequently, the incentive trip. And it helped just show like, hey, I'm doing this. This gives me so much to do during the week. I can use this as a closing tool when I'm with
it's a
people.
great closing tool.
Yeah. People are like, oh yeah, this account is going to charity. I'm not even making money on this account. This is fully going to this, and you could show the video.
And then show the lady with the tire.
So I don't know. I have
we're getting this lady 3 other tires.
3 more.
For her cart.
So now she has 4.
Yeah.
But no, it's a great week. I loved doing that last year. I feel like I got to know so many more managers even better than I can, even on an incentive trip. And it's something that you will remember. And again, everyone can go on regardless of how much they sell. And that will make them feel better. Even if they do get the deduction on their back end, it's like, well, did I really need that $1,200?
It's probably worth it though.
That family really needed the $1,200.
Well, let's say this. Donate now. If you are already over 20 accounts, go ahead and donate. If you're not at 20 accounts yet, don't donate yet. Go finish the summer at 60 and then donate some accounts midsummer.
There you go. You can donate. I mean? Yeah, you can donate anytime.
So don't get overly ambitious. Plan on going on the trip. If you're not 20 accounts yet, take the upfront money, get paid, donate later on when you're a little bit more comfortable. Yeah,
you can donate whenever. That's a good point. And if you're getting any trouble with that, have like the manager, me, put us on a group thread, and we'll figure out a way so that way you can.
We can donate. So it's $600 for one account, and then $1,200 donated for 2 accounts, and that covers your cost of flights per person attending. The impact and the swag is actually pretty cool. It's going to be in Guadalajara, and that's in Mexico. And then after that, the impact trip is going to be in Mexico as well, across the pond. So you just take a little boat, is what I'm telling everybody, from PV over to Cabo, but apparently we're taking a plane. So
not a little sailboat.
Yeah, I thought a boat would be a better way to do it. Nobody was on board with that, especially Josh. Josh was like, "No, that is the stupidest idea."
You could do it.
I could probably do it. I probably just borrow a boat from a buddy down there. So, dream team coming up. We got some. I think Jordy's definitely earning a spot there. And then handful of our rookies can. Let's go and represent the dream team in 2024. If you're a top producer, Angel Chavez, Jordy, I'd love to see Seth go and compete for that. I'd love to get some of our girls on that. I'd love to see Mark, Gabe, any of these guys go compete here. Grant, you've been up there.
Yeah.
But it's a great way to push to the next level and hit those higher tiers. Oh yeah, registration for the Premier League ends on the 14th, right? Is that right? Yeah, I believe so. Yep, seating starts the 15th, and make sure that you are registered. We've had some questions there on the thread, and I think $3K trip credit to a place with fake houses on the water.
And register maybe before the 14th if you can. So that way it's not the 14th or the 15th and they're reaching out and trying to get
late
acceptance.
registration is the worst.
Never fun.
And then let me know if you are an office that you've got some empty beds. We got Black Sparrow recruits coming in. We want to ship them out to you and get them going. Last week's production as a group, again, we were up with rookies, up with growth. But I think that I sent a text out. I think that each office needs a pace setter. If you don't have a pace setter in the office, then selling 3 is okay. And then selling 2 is okay because nobody's really setting the pace. And I'm sure you can remember your summers. You guys, who are your pace setters? Do you remember?
My brother-in-law, Gunnar, was always a big one. So that's how him and my sister met, was they were selling together.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, tale as old as time, I guess.
Yep, that is how fastest way to get married is go sell.
Seriously, actually.
Yep.
So yeah, he was always really good. Miguel Gutierrez was another one that was another big one. Sometimes my husband would be, which was great.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
I remember he did 7 in a day one time. We were super hyped about it. We named an emoji in the chat after him. So anytime someone would do that, they'd have to put koalas after it. And so the 7 was the koala for that group. So it does make a big difference if no one is selling, especially leaders. Everyone kind of uses it their excuse because you want to have that. Like there has to be some reason that's not you of why you're not selling.
Yeah.
And so if it's like, oh, well, my leadership isn't selling, well, then the area really must be bad. And really it is too hot and no one wants to buy right now. And it's going to start to add to those for yourself and for your people. Yeah. And that can be a lot of pressure. So it's not being said to add pressure or add pressure a little bit, but not in a terrible way. Like
it's anybody can sell. It's not who's behind the door.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And that's typically the excuse, right? It's not your area. It's not who's behind the door. It's the person knocking the door. That's usually the problem.
Yeah,
so
it's where you're at mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother-in-law, like, he will make best friends anywhere he goes. Like, he genuinely just loves to meet the people. Yeah. And he's not just saying, like, oh, that's a nice plant. Like, he really is like, I love that plant. That's so sick. Like, and he gets really hot. And people can tell. Yeah. They can tell that he's being really genuine. And my husband, not a salesman personality. I have a salesman personality. He does not. Yeah. He's very introverted, but an extremely hard worker. So for him, it was just, okay, put in the hours, keep track of how many that I'm selling and how many doors I'm knocking and all of the stats. Like, what can I do to gamify it for myself? So everyone has their own thing that works for them. And so if you're super extrovert and you get the energy from people, use that. If not, find something that works. That way you can remain positive and get selling.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I think like talking to Jordy and, his big weeks is a lot of it is he's just having fun. Yeah. He's just enjoying meeting people, giving people a hard time, getting to be on a personal level with them really quick, willing to call them on their bullshit a little bit. And he's transitioning into homes, which a lot of times when you have that dip, you're just not transitioning. Yep. And then he's asking for the deal. He's saying, hey, we talk about different closing techniques, licks. And I know Jake Woodhouse has a similar thing, but it's like isolate the objection and then overcome it and close the deal and ask for the close. And if you do that consistently, it doesn't matter how introverted, extroverted, or how you were made for this. Like I came from a construction background and I still don't like people. Working on that. If you do the right things and you ask for the close, you're going to produce at a high level. I think anybody doing this job that's focused on working the hours, transitioning in homes, asking for the close can sell 100 accounts. Yeah. And if you can sell 300 accounts, then you might be a little special, right? But anybody can get out there and sell 100 accounts. Yeah, it's doable, especially with EFP too. Yeah. That helps a ton. And there's a lot of really good training. So yeah, just
Go back to the basics if that's happening. Talk with your manager, talk with other people. I know it can be even embarrassing as a manager sometimes to have to
nothing's worse.
Talk to another manager. And so find the safe person in your office that you can say, hey, listen to my pitch, listen to my sales process, write it down. I remember I would see my husband doing that, having his multiple year managers under him, writing out their pitches every single summer, doing the trainings with them, having them watch the 30 Days to Pro videos, all of it, taking the time every day to do that. It seems really tedious, but it does have really big payoffs. And you can sell 100 every year doing that.
Anybody can do it. I think it's just a matter of what you put into it and removing that lid. And the great thing is once you do it, like Jordy's like, I've unlocked this new lid of 20 plus. He goes, it's going to be really hard to go back.
Yeah.
And so he changed area this week and he's like, oh shit, I just left my area, I sold 45 in, but now I know that he'll have a great week because that lid is removed.
Yeah. He knows how to work an area. Yeah. He's like, okay, I could do probably 45 in here because I've done it before. Yeah, that's so cool.
Once rookies remove that lid one time, it's just, it compounds and you start making your money end of June. And again, for a lot of rookies out there that are struggling, you're still in practice mode. Like you really, 80% of your income is still to be earned this summer.
Yeah. That back end is so nice. It's the best.
It's a party.
I love it.
It's a party. Okay, well, thanks for being on. All right. Okay, well, bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.